Buffalo Bills will go to the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday, November 20th in Week 11 NFL action. Apparently, the bye week blues are now affecting the Cincinnati Bengals too, as they lost on Monday Night Football in a game that was there for the taking. It was a pretty poor showing coming out of the bye week, and now they'll need to rally on a short week to take on a decent Buffalo Bills bunch looking to make some noise in the AFC Wild Card picture. Buffalo is catching 3 points on the road for Sunday's Week 11 matchup. The Buffalo Bills head into this one with a 4-5 record after 3 straight losses against quality opponents. Buffalo is 4-1 against the number so far this season, but the more surprising thing is that they're 7-2 to the over. The Bills have played 5 straight overs now, and it certainly seems like the offensive game plan of first-year offensive coordinator Anthony Lynn has something to do with that. There are no unknowns with this Buffalo offense. They're going to run the ball with LaShawn McCoy and Mike Gillespie. Tyrod Taylor is going to make safe throws to take care of the football and soften up the defense. There's not much of a downfield passing attack for the Bills, as evidenced by the fact that they average less than 190 passing yards per game. Taylor has done his job well, completing over 60% of his throws with a 10-3 touchdown interception ratio. He's also run for 6.7 yards per carry. LaShawn McCoy has averaged 5.1 yards per carry on his 133 efforts with 6 touchdowns. He's been banged up, but the Bills are off their bye week, so he should be good to go in this game. The bye week certainly came at a good time for Buffalo. The Bills have been ravaged by injuries on both sides of the ball this season. Center Eric Wood, a huge part of the running game, suffered a broken leg, so the team was able to make some adjustments in practice. Ronald Darby isn't hurt, but his ego was bruised after losing his starting job in the loss to Seattle. Marcel Darius is questionable this week, but it seems like it will be tough for him to get back into the lineup. Despite all the injuries, the Bills have stacked up okay against the run, allowing 4.1 yards per carry, and they lead the NFL in sacks with 30. Unfortunately, these last few games have exposed the Bills' secondary. Opponents are now completing 62.5% of their passes, and they have managed 13.2 yards per reception. That's the most in the NFL against any one defense. The Cincinnati Bengals dropped to 3-5-1 and also lost against the spread per the closing number. Depending on what number you got the Bengals at, they are now 2-6-1 against the spread this season. They're also just 1-3-1 straight up in their last 5 games. The Bengals offense was pathetic against the New York Giants last time out. They managed just 264 yards of offense and had scoring drives of 80, 0, 13, and 41 yards. When given the length of the field, the Bengals could do nothing. Andy Dalton has completed 66% of his passes, but only has 10 touchdown tosses against 4 picks. It was an embarrassing effort coming out of the bye week, and the Bengals had no excuses since Tyler Eifert was back and at full strength. Perhaps years of coordinator turnover are finally taking their toll, but this is a team that simply lacks energy at this point. Jeremy Hill has rushed for 4.7 yards per carry, but the line hasn't been able to get Giovanni Bernard loose outside the tackles. A.J. Green is the only bona fide threat at wide receiver with 66 catches for 964 yards and 4 touchdowns. And it's still taking time to get Tyler Eifert reacclimated to this offense. Defensively, the Bengals are allowing too many completions and too many positive plays. Opponents have completed 64.4% of their passes and have rushed for 4.4 yards per carry. Cincinnati has 12 takeaways, but only 17 sacks. Opposing offenses are staying on the field too long. The sad part is that the Bengals have been one of the healthier teams on defense throughout the season, but it just has not come together. It may be time to clean house at the coaching level and bring in some different voices. The losses of Jay Gruden, Mike Zimmer, and Hugh Jackson are finally starting to sit in, and that all circles back to Marvin Lewis. The Buffalo Bills are coming off the bye week, and Cincinnati has a short week. That is a huge advantage to Buffalo. The Bills have been exposed lately by a tough schedule and some very good opponents. Cincinnati is on their level, and the situational spot is the deciding factor here. A healthier LaShawn McCoy can make the Bills' offense go, and the defense should have plenty of motivation this week. Our pick and prediction is for the Buffalo Bills at +3. For our pick and prediction on this game and every other game this week, and a wealth of free stats and information, check out bangthebook.com.